There's really no other way to describe tonight's Blues game than looking at this picture. It looked like another slow start had doomed the Blues in South Florida against the Panthers until they came alive in the third period and gave us perhaps the win of the season. The Blues were down 4-1 heading into the third against Florida, but that's when things flipped. After a Ryan O'Reilly goal, Jordan Kyrou buries that shot to make it 4-3. It's his 8th straight game with a point. That's a career high. Then with about 4 minutes left, Vladdy Tarasenko nets his first goal in 9 games to tie it and push this game into overtime. And in overtime, Jordan Kyrou got loose on a breakaway, and you know the rest. He scores the Blues' 4th unanswered goal. They win 5-4 and stun the Florida crowd. The Blues persevere for an electrifying win in South Florida.
I think we just came in here and after the second we're like, hey, let's not let this, down by however many goals just affect us and just quit. Let's go out there and let's play. And yeah, that was crazy comeback.
Sometimes you just stay with it, and if you work and compete and you're on your toes, and I thought we were, it didn't go our way still, but we stayed on our toes and kept battling, and we came through tonight.
This could be one of the best years for high school football in our area ever. We could see 5 local state champs. The first 2 were up today, and they did not disappoint. CBC going for the Missouri Class 6 title tonight against Lee Summit North, and this game had an absurd ending. Lee Summit lines up to kick a game-winning field goal as time expires, but CBC blocks it, and we go to overtime. And in overtime, who else is it going to be? It's the star, Jeremiah Love, who breaks off a touchdown run to give the Cadets the lead. They'd stop him on defense, and CBC becomes back-to-back state champs. They beat Lee Summit North 35-28 in overtime. East St. Louis and Coach Darren Sunkett looking to get back on top in their state final against Prairie Ridge up in Champaign. And this was a dominating performance. Here you see Robert Pop's battle take it himself into the end zone for a score. And later on, it's going to be Antoine Hayden, who's actually a linebacker, committed to play in Champaign in college for the Illini. But here he gets the carry and adds to the point total. Flyers win their 10th state title in blowout fashion, 57-7. And get this stat, it's pretty crazy. East St. Louis outscored their Illinois opponents this year a whopping 523-64. Yes, you heard that right. St. Dominic taking on West Plains, trying to reach the state championship for the first time in program history. Thomas Pulliam, he's up first, and he bursts through the line, gets into the end zone for the Crusaders, and later on it's Sam Cross who gets the carry, and he ends up in the end zone as well. And it was a historic day for St. Dominic. They win 42-14 to punch their ticket to the state finals for the very first time. Here's a look at the rest of the playoff action today around Missouri. St. Mary's is moving on to face St. Dominic in that state championship game. Francis Howell and Cardinal Ritter are also state bound. Duchesne and Sullivan fell just short in the semis. Congrats to those 2 programs on great seasons. Brett Bielema and the Illini capped off their regular season at Northwestern today, and it was a good one. Here's the St. Louis kid, Reggie Love III, into the end zone for 6 points. And later on, it's going to be Heisman hopeful Chase Brown who gets into the end zone as well. This is his 12th total touchdown of the season. Illinois wins in a blowout, 41-3. Now, coming into today, Illinois still had a chance to win the Big Ten West. They took care of business on their end. The only problem was they needed Purdue to lose to Indiana. That didn't happen. The Boilermakers beat the Hoosiers 30-16, so no Big Ten title game for the Illini, but a great 8-win regular season nonetheless. And I am spent. There is a lot of sports going on and a lot to fit in.
Yeah.
Exciting time for sure.
Yeah, and you're there to cover it all.
Definitely.
We appreciate you.
Thanks.
Yeah.